welcome back to another video. My name's Destiny. We do all kinds of things here, and tonight I thought we would do a try chapter with me. So I am almost done with Priory of the Orange Tree. I have about 200 pages left. I'm hoping to get 100 pages finished tonight, a little less than 100 pages tonight. And then I will just have 100 pages left of this book before I'm done with it. So I want to go ahead and pick out my next read and see what I'm going to be reading. And I decided that we would do a try chapter with me of the 3 that I want to give a try. They're kind of different, vastly different to be honest. And one of them I know very little about, but without further ado, let's get into it. So the first one I have is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Gang. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong and I do apologize. This one I know nothing about. I know it was real popular on BookTube and BookTube back in the day, and so I found it at Half Price Books and decided I had to have it. It says, in my land, we're known as paper girls, easily torn, existing only for others to use and discard. But there's something they've all forgotten about paper. It can light the world on fire and make it burn. So I'm excited to give this a try. Next, I have one that I am dying to get to, and if I like this, then I will be reading the only one left, and that is Middle of the Night by Riley Sagar. This is a new thriller. It's a man must contend with a long ago disappearance of his childhood best friend and dark secrets lurking just beyond its safe confines of his picture perfect neighborhood. I'm interested. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I've not seen as many review it. Supposedly in the back, the blurb, it says, with plenty of 90s nostalgia and a twist I never saw coming. So I'm interested. And the last one is one that's been on everyone's fall TBR. Everybody's talking about it, and I have a little bit of FOMO. And so that is The Spell Shop. You've probably seen this everywhere. I want to give this a try, and we shall see. Again, I've seen it everywhere and have not picked it up. And those sprayed edges are just beautiful. So I want to give this a try and see what I think. So those are our 3. Now I'm going to leave you to some music. I'm going to read the first chapter of The Spell Shop, and then I'll come back and let you know what I thought. Okay, so I have finished the first chapter of Spell Shop, and so far it's really, really cute. We meet a librarian who has been so caught up in her work that she has no social life to speak of. She has no interactions with anyone. She realizes she hasn't spoke to another human being in 3 weeks. The only person she spoke to is her assistant Kaz, who happens to be a plant. He is described as a small farm dog size. It says a spider plant. He was roughly the size of his farm dog, but comprised entirely of greenery, with a knot of roots holding soil at his core. He is the anxious one. He is very hesitant. We pick up the story as she is sitting in the middle of a row of books, trying to decide what she would take with her, and she's playing the game of, if you had to go to a deserted island and could only take so many books with you, what would you take? And she's already got 4 crates of books down in a boat hidden away, and she's working on crate number 5, and then if have time, grab box. So when we meet her, she's deciding she put a book in the crate 5, and she's like, no, if have time, grab crate instead. And then Kaz comes around and is like, hey, the library is on fire. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, the rebels won't be here. They're not going to hurt the library. Blah. She's like, no. He's like, no, they've already broke the door down. They have already he used the word. They're already looting. That's what he used. They're already looting the library. And they have already set one room on fire. And she's like, are you freaking kidding me? All those manuscripts are gone. And he's like, we got to go now. So he grabs a cart, grabs the box of books she's got, and she's sitting on the cart like cross-legged, and he's dragging it down the aisle, heading for the lift, aka the elevator, to get them out of there, to go down the sub-level to get on the boat. And she, as they are going down the aisles, are grabbing books, and the quote is exactly, hold on, because I marked it in Bella. It says, on wheels, it scooted between the shelves, and she felt lurch in her stomach as they passed all the full shelves of beautiful, wonderful books. She snagged a few of her favorites as they hurried past. So she is sitting on this cart, and he is pulling it with his vines down the aisle, trying to get them to safety. She is more worried about grabbing books off the shelves because she is worried about them getting hurt. And I have never felt so seen, and I love that so much. So that was about 10 pages. It took about 10 minutes. I am interested. I want to know more. She decides as they're leaving the library that they're going to go back to her home where she was raised till she was 9. It's a little tiny island, and she supposedly has a cabin there, or a home there, because she has nowhere else to go. The library was her entire life, and now it's being burned down. So yeah, I am very, very interested. This may be my next read. Especially with Priory being so heavy, this very well may be the next read, but we have 2 more to read first. So next, I'm going to go ahead and go into Middle of the Night by Riley Sagar. I always take the dust jackets off when I read. Does anybody else do that? I used to tape them on there so they wouldn't go nowhere, and now I just take them off. Let me know. Do you take them off or do you leave them? And I will talk to you in about another 10 minutes. I'm going to do the sections of me actually reading at 2 times speed so that you don't have to watch me slowly read, but I'm going to read this one, and then I'll come back, let you know my thoughts. We're going to read the first chapter of Girls, A Paper and Fire, and then I will let you know which one I'm going to pick up. So it'll be one of 3. Like I said, taking the dust jacket off, and it looks like this one, I'm hoping it's not much longer because I'm tired. It's 8 pages, so we're just going to jump right in. I did annotate a little bit in this Spell Shop, and once I decide to actually pick it up, I will put tabs in it. That one I'm not going to leave them sticking out because it has spray edges. I want to keep that pretty, but let's start here. about another 10 minutes. I have finished the first chapter of Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I'm interested. This one's the front runner right now. I'm really, really curious. So we've been introduced to Ethan. I'm double checking on that because they only say his name once. Yes, we've been introduced to Ethan, and in the prologue you learn that Ethan went outside to camp in his backyard one night, and him and a friend, and he wakes up the next morning with a slit in the tent and the friend is gone, and he has no clue what happened. And so it's now 30 years later. He's back home for some reason. We don't learn in the first chapter why he's home. We do know that he's sleeping in his parents' bedroom, so I'm assuming his parents have passed. And he is woken up one night at like 3 a.m. because he's having the dream again of the friend being taken, and he notices that the security lights around the cul-de-sac keep coming on, and so he starts looking like, what's going on, why are these lights going on, and all this. And it's like systematically each house is one after another is coming on about a minute apart. So the house next to his comes on, so he's like, I'm gonna go outside and figure this out. He walks outside, there's nothing there. He triggers his own garage light. There's no one there. There's no proof of anything. There's no animal, nothing. So he's like, okay, I'm just being paranoid. I'm getting crazy. And the last page of chapter 1 leads us to think that it may be paranormal, because he says he feels a presence and says Billy. And he's like, it can't be Billy. I know that's crazy because Billy's been gone for 3 years. So Billy was the friend or the other person in the tent with him that was taken. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm curious. I want to know what happened to Billy. I want to know what the hell is going on here. But I have a feeling, I feel that way about all of Riley Sager's books. I start one and I'm super interested. I'm super down, like, what's going on here? What's happening? And then by the end of it, I'm kind of disappointed. So I'm hoping this one's not that way, but we shall see. Now, lastly, as Salem knocks stuff off the bed, I have Girls of Paper and Fire. We're going to give the first chapter of this a read. I think it's probably really short. Let's look. And you have the cast, we have that. Let's look. Hold on. Something. So, there's chapter 1. Let's look. Yeah, chapter 1, it looks to be like 12 pages. Possibly. No, I'm sorry. It is about 8 pages as well. So I'm gonna read chapter 1 and then I'll let you know. Unless this one just locks me in and I have all the questions and want all the answers, I'm probably gonna pick up the Riley Sager because it's interesting me right now. But like I said, I'm gonna read the first chapter of this, grab my blanket because I'm cold, and I'll be back. As you can see, the angle has changed and we have moved because my phone died. So, as I was reading the first chapter of Girls of Paper and Fire, my phone died. So, I'm already had a shower and I'm headed to bed. I decided that when my phone died, I was going to let it charge for a little bit and then I would get a shower and finish reading the first chapter of Girls of Paper and Fire. And then once I got done with that, I'd be back. So I'm back. This is following Lei. Lei lost her mother to the Demon King, and we meet her at her family's. They call it a store. They make medicine, so apothecary basically. She's cleaning one of the buckets when their employee comes in and says, "Hey, can you go get your father? He has a consultation here." She says, "Yeah, I got it." And chapter 1 ends with the Demon King. They're them hearing the horn for the Demon King, and her go, "What does he want now? He's already taken my mother. What could he possibly be coming for now?" And that's where this stops. So I'm interested, but not as interested as I am in the other two. I have to say that Riley Sagar is my next read. It has me the most interested. I am curious. I am a little apprehensive because I have read The Last Time I Lie, Home Before Dark, and that's it from this author. And honestly, both Home Before Dark and The Last Time I Lied had a what felt like a paranormal aspect and turned out not to be. I'm just hoping that we get like a paranormal thriller from this author because they do it so well. So this will be my next read. I'm really excited to figure out what's going on here, what happened to Billy, and how Ethan fits into that. Then I will probably pick up Spell Shop because I want to know what happens when she goes home. I would love all the cozy vibes. I just am not. It interests me enough. I talked about it the most. I'm just not in the mood for a cozy fantasy right now or fantasy because I'm finishing Priory. So this would be my next one, and then lastly, I'll probably pick up Girls of Paper and Fire. There is a whole haul coming. Hopefully tomorrow I will get that filmed. If not Thursday, and you'll see why I say possibly Girls of Paper and Fire. It will be in that. It is in that haul. But I have some other exciting ones too, and I want to get to them. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will definitely see y'all in my next one. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, guys.